All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Monday evening. Another KnicksFanTV and Bleacher Report simulcast. Knicks Weekly, episode 127. CP the franchise here on the Solo Dolo. Salute to everybody in the chat, wherever you guys are watching from. Salute to Knicks Nation worldwide. On today's show, we are going to talk about how the Knicks close out these Pistons in 5, as we said they would. Hey, it won't be easy, so I'm going to give you my keys. And then I'm going to announce the winner of the Game 5 ticket giveaway. Shout out to our guys at Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring tickets to Game 5. You guys are going to be going to the Garden with me, man. So lock in, hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Salute, salute, salute. All right, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Let's get to it. It's going to be a short show. We got Knicks Weekly. We have Game of the Week preview also coming up with Alex and I'm Bryce Simon from Motor City Hoops, and that will be at 10 p.m. Eastern time, man. Salute to our franchise channel members. Throw a salute in the chat. General Torre checking in from the A. Omar, salute. Emmanuel Walker, Zach checking in from L.A. DJ Eric L. Beats, the KFTV resident DJ. Salute to you guys, man. All right, so let's talk about it, man. You know, yesterday was a whirlwind, Game 4. Got the W in epic fashion. Captain Clutch going back into the locker room, coming back. Him and the Big Bodega going crazy. Mikal Bridges holding it down. Good team win. And look, after that, you had a lot of whining. I mean, this one thing that I can't wait for this series to be over for is so that we don't have to hear from the whining Pistons, from the coach to the players, Timmy Jr., Timmy Sr., literally every member of the Detroit Pistons beat. I mean, thank God for the Knicks beat that we have, mature, objective analysts here. Because, man, oh, man, get these people a glass of milk and shut the hell up. You know, these guys are raking our guys for 3 games straight, and they're crying about a no call. Come on, man. Come on, man. It was a dogfight, Will Latimer. Salute to Will. So, anyway, let's get down to business, man, and talk about, what I think needs to happen in Game 5. And look, they have to have the reverse energy of Game 2 because you have to expect the Pistons are going to come out with energy similar to Game 2. Their season is on the line. It's over for them if they don't win. So they're going to be scratching and clawing and kicking and all of that. And the Knicks have to be ready and be on guard and ready to match the energy. It starts with the energy. And that was one of the things with the Knicks that I was very happy about in terms of how they carried themselves in Game 3 and Game 4. For the most part, they started those games matching the energy, especially when you're in a hostile environment with that Detroit crowd. Give credit. That Detroit crowd was very raucous. So the Knicks really locked in with their energy. So I think it starts there. Understanding that you're going up against a desperate team, so you have to be desperate yourself and know that, you can't look ahead. Can't look ahead to Boston later this week. Can't look ahead to the rest, much-needed rest. You got to lock in on those 48 minutes and do what you need to do. That started by the two-headed monster of Towns and Brunson. They got it back together in Games 3 and Game 4. I mean, Jalen Brunson in this series, they talk about Detroit's defense, Asar Thompson, blah, blah, blah. Jalen Brunson's averaging 33 points a game in this series. Last 2 games, 3 and 4 on the road, 31-10, 47% shooting from the field, and 35 from 3. So, miss me with all the Detroit defense. And they're a tough team defense, but as we've seen, there is no defense good enough to stop Captain Clutch. So, he's been lights out since that Game 2 correction. And he made the correction, as he said. I just got to pass the ball. Simple and plain. The Knicks' ball movement on a whole in these 2 games was fantastic. Doesn't always show up in the assist column. Like yesterday, the assist numbers were lower, but ball movement doesn't always equate to assists. You got to remember that. Assists mean the player's executing on that pass. So, overall, by and large, I didn't think the ball stuck. I thought they played fast. They moved the ball. Good off-ball movement, good cutting as well, and they were rewarded for it. Additionally, understanding that this Detroit Piston team is going to turn the ball over. And so the Knicks defense needed to be the aggressors in this one, and I thought they did a great job this weekend in these two games, turning the Pistons over. In Game 3, the Pistons had 14 turnovers. In Game 4, let's check Game 4. And Cade's been turning the ball over like crazy. 17 turnovers. And the Knicks, conversely, have been taking care of the ball. Only 10 turnovers in Game 4 and only 9 in Game 3. So I thought they've done a good job in taking care of the ball for the most part. Now, they've had some untimely turnovers and untimely mistakes where the Pistons are they capitalize on those things. So the Knicks have to be careful there. But nevertheless, the Knicks defense has to once again be opportunistic. And do that against Detroit, and hopefully you can carry that forward against Boston because it's going to take everything in the kitchen sink to beat the Celtics. But the Knicks, to me, have to lead with their energy, and they have to lead on the defensive side of the ball. So I did like that in terms of their approach over the weekend against the Pistons. The two stars getting it popping. I thought Josh Hart's contributions were very underrated this weekend. He's another one that corrected his slow starts in Game 1 and Game 2. Like I told you, Hart is a playoff riser. I was looking for more Mitch. We all were. But, hey, 3 and 4, Josh Hart was fantastic, including 14 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. 14 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists yesterday. And then the game before that, he had about 9 assists. Yeah, Game 3, he had 6 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists for Josh Hart. And another big thing about Hart, in Game 4 was that he started knocking down threes. The confident three-ball shooter was back. 3 of 5 from downtown from Josh Hart. We got to see some more of that when they go home to Game 5 on Tuesday. If they get past this round, you got to see some more of that against Boston. This is the Hart that you love with this team. As he said, he wants to be the servant to these guys and take a back seat and do what the team needs to do to win, right? Hart with the no egos comment. Hey, he's leading by example on the court, and I thought he was gritty in Games 3 and Game 4. And as it's reflected in his assist numbers, he also played fast, which is his game. How many times have we been saying this for years? Hart has to play fast to be effective. So I like the way that he played. Now, Owen McGavin, shout out to Owen checking in from Ireland. He says, we need to stop disappearing for quarters at a time. Now, that is what has to happen, for sure. They've taken their foot off the gas, and this Detroit team does not quit. You're going to have to stick a knife right through their heart to finish them off. Because you can imagine that Timmy's going to be letting it fly. Beasley, Schroeder, Cade is going to be pedal to the metal. Those are the guys. Those are their guys that you got to worry about. So you got to hope that in the Garden, these guys will be on guard and be ready for those runs. It's a game of runs. Detroit is going to punch, but we got to keep our foot on the gas. Who's stepping up off the bench? We got 8 points from Deuce yesterday, a little bit better effort from Deuce yesterday. Is it Cam? Is it Landry? Who's going to match? Right now, Schroeder's outscoring the entire Knicks bench. So who's going to match that Schroeder energy? That's going to be very interesting to see. But I am hoping that we get a better effort from that Knicks bench. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP the franchise in the building on this Knicks Weekly. Good effort by the Orange and Blue boys, man. Very proud of them over this weekend. But they got to seal the deal. Got to seal the deal. This was an interesting. I got to go back to this comment here from our guy. Now, some of you guys don't like this guy anymore, man. Some of you guys want this guy impeached. And that's the governor, Big Perk. And when I asked Big Perk, why is the closeout game so difficult? This is what Big Perk had to say, man. This was last year. Shout out to Big Perk. Hoping to get him back on the show this year. He's a very busy guy. But shout out to Big Perk. Here's what he had to say on why the closeout game is so difficult. Here we go. What's the hardest thing about closing out a series? Why is it so difficult?
Because, I mean, all the pressure is on you, right? Like the team that's coming in, they have zero pressure. So it feel like all the shots, the rebounds, the moments, the possessions just mean that much more. And that team don't want to go home. So you're going to get their best punch. And so, I mean, really, you just think about the keys, right? You want to start off great. You want to make sure you finish each quarter, great. You want to finish the first half, great. And you want to go into the fourth quarter, especially when you're at home, with them looking defeated. You want the crowd in the game. You want all that energy, but that's the hardest thing, man. I mean, it's still in all, it's just about going out there and competing. And when you have a team like the Knicks, you don't worry about the closeout games because the only thing you have to question is, are their energy level going to be there? Yeah, it's going to be there. Are they going to have the same edge? Hell yeah, they're going to have the same edge. The Knicks, look, in game 3.
All right, so he started getting into the Sixers series. But, hey, by and large, the principles are still there. Start off hot, close quarters well, and go into the fourth quarter with the other team feeling defeated. Got to keep the foot on the gas. And as he said, will their energy be there? They've been in 2 dogfights in games 3 and 4. Detroit is going for broke no matter how they feeling. They're fighting for their season. Will the Knicks match that energy? The Garden's going to bring that energy. I'll be in there. I'm in the building. Y'all see me in the Garden with one of these, just know I'm rocking an orange KFTV suit. You see me in the 100s, always in the 100s. That's where I'm at. Me and wifey, I'm here. You see me like this? I'm standing up the whole time. The whole time I'm going crazy. So I better be with a good group of fans and nobody sitting down, no tourists or anything, because I'm up. Closeout game. I'm trying to get outside to the mosh pit. So that's what we're going to be doing. But, yeah, to Owen's point, got to win those quarters, man. Absolutely must win those quarters. So that's that. Charles Barkley says, we did impeach Perk, but he's trying to run another campaign. Shout out to you, man. Definitely shout out to you. All right, so yeah, those are my keys, man, to really lock this thing up and look ahead to the next round, which is going to be a very, very tall order and a very difficult task. But I think the Knicks will be up for it. Shout out to NYC B-Ball says, Pistons went from bad boys to crybabies in 11 seconds. The whining, the diaper, oh my goodness. Knock it off. Shout out to Kareem Alston-Rosales says, trust in Leon. I don't think we win this game without bringing P.J. Tucker's toughness into the locker room. Also, Tobias fouled Hart and stepped on the sideline on the last play. Detroit lost either way. Yeah, listen, man. They got away with plenty. To be crying about the Timmy play, a bang-bang play, and he jumped into Hart, knock it off. Pops, knock it off. They got away with plenty in this entire series. And like I said, I rarely complain about the refereeing because it's the playoffs. I understand it. Who else? Shout out to, okay, I got you, Kareem. And salute to everybody in the chat, man. The Baka Back Pages, the Captain Clutch shirt. Shout out to my guys at Baka Back Pages. We did collaborate on these tees, man. Official, so you can go get them at BakaBackPages.com. You can go get the Captain Clutch tees at BakaBackPages.com. Watch party. Game 5, oh my goodness, who was there at the Ainsworth yesterday? It was bananas. Who was at the Ainsworth yesterday, man? Shout out to DJ Eric L. Beats. We had a great time, family show. Everybody was high-fiving after the Knicks won. You know, the families are welcome, so make sure you go to KFTVWatch.com to get your tickets. It was an absolutely raucous crowd at the Ainsworth. And I'm talking to those guys right now, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have the roof open. It's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow on Tuesday. So we're going to have the roof open. Head up to the roof. There'll be TVs up there. And enjoy the night, man. Watch the game with a dope view, with a gang of rabid Knicks fans going crazy. This was us yesterday. A jubilant crowd at the Ainsworth, man. So shout out to everybody that pulled up. A lot of our day ones was there as well. So shout out to you guys. Will from LI, I see you, man. Okay. All right, last thing I want to do before we wrap, and I'll probably do another, pregame show tomorrow to take your calls. We'll do a fuller show tomorrow. last thing I want to do is announce the winner of the Game 5 ticket giveaway, sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. Salute to our guys at Underdog, and we appreciate them for sponsoring this giveaway. A lot of entries here. And let me just pull up the email because my guys at Underdog pulled the name. Congratulations to Jump Off 123. No, that's not the name. All right, let's, Jump Off 123. That's their username. That's their Underdog username. Shout out to Jump Off 123. So we're gonna send them an email and congratulate them, man. They just won 2 tickets to Knicks versus Pistons Game 5. Will the Pistons stay alive or will the Knicks handle their business, man? Let me know. Leave me some comments in the comment section. Salute to everybody in the chat. Get your merch, get your rally towels, and get ready for another dogfight, man. Salute to all our franchise channel members. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to our sponsors at Morgan & Morgan. Definitely check out our sponsors at Morgan & Morgan. And you can check them out at forthepeople.com. forthepeople.com/KFTV or pound 529 from your cell phone. If you guys have an injury issue, if you were injured on the job, you need an injury attorney to fight for you, check out Morgan & Morgan. forthepeople.com/KFTV or dial pound 529 from your cell phone. Their fee is free unless they win. So that's a great deal there. Also, shout out to the good people at LinkedIn, man. Thanks to our friends at LinkedIn for sponsoring today's show. For you guys, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, if you're looking for top quality talent, post your job for free on LinkedIn.com/KFTV. Post your job for free, LinkedIn.com/KFTV. Terms and conditions apply. All right, so I'm out of here. Alex will be live at 10 p.m. for Game of the Week preview. And check out my show earlier today with Bobby Marks, man. We had a great show breaking down Game 4, and we went around the league of the NBA playoffs, talked about some off-season potential trades. Giannis, Devin Booker, KD. Make sure you check out that show with Bobby Marks, man. The franchise, great show, everybody. I'm out of here. Peace.